it going for J. Paul. Thank you. Yes, thank you for coming out here tonight. I would love to talk about where we're at very briefly, because I did not know about this place. I was told, hey, come to the Emerald Vine Room. I'm like, yeah, let's go. It's a show. And I get here, and they're like, hey, welcome to Jacksonville. We've got a place where you throw axes. And we're going to throw axes very violently. And the show's next door to it, where we can drink alcohol and explore our sexual fetishes. And I thought, hey, let's add some religion to this. Because there's nothing that we're going to get away with tonight. This is all going to explode. This is Florida. This is dangerous. That's pretty much where we're at. So yeah, I'm Bobby. Nice to meet you. I'm the religious part of this. I grew up Methodist. You don't know what that is. It's like being Presbyterian, but people can spell it. Yeah, I grew up very polite. Grew up in Ohio, polite, and I love being a polite Ohio guy. It's my favorite. Like I like coming to places like this because you get drinks. Like I'm going to recommend this one. It's called the Bonnie and Clyde. Ooh. It's yeah, thank you. It's a mocktail. I got them little tea too tall. I don't even know what that word is. I don't drink much. But the Bonnie, I like drinking what locals drink though. I was in Canada, and I was up there for a show, and I'm like, hey, I want to drink what the locals drink. So I'm there, and they're like, hey, here we drink red eye. Like red eye, I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I'm from the South. Like I grew up like in Ohio, but I live in Jacksonville. Red eye is gravy, and I'm like, we're gonna shoot gravy. I'm in. Like I've not shot gravy before, but okay. And they're like, no, red eye in Canada, it's when they mix beer and tomato juice. Like, yeah, exactly. Ooh, you're running beer in a marinara. Like, don't do that. And I'm polite, so they told me that, and I just, like my face just let them know I was not into it. But I'm like, I'll try. And they're like, hey, you know, this is important to us. Like this is a tradition. You know, we've been drinking red eyes for generations. I said, well, your family was also dying from polio for generations. We fixed it. You don't have to do this. You can get better. So, Bonnie and Clyde, yeah, much better. Thank you. We're winning on this one. All right, yeah. Now it's just slightly awkward. And I get it. I'm socially awkward. Like I grew up very socially awkward. Like I focused on like other things, like football. I played football. I played college football. I've got the criminal record to prove it. Oh, this is Florida. That's very funny. But like I didn't know how to like talk to people growing up. Like I was not good at dating. Like I didn't know how to meet women. Like people would tell me like, hey, just say the first thing that comes to mind. And that's a bad choice. Because you know, I could walk and be like, hey, you're very pretty. I bet you crazy. Oh, okay. Stop struggling. Like you can't get this that way. So I focus on football. Like, hey, at least that way I can be aggressive, and I'm supposed to be. You know. They also said, hey, you know, you should try like other sports, like combat sports. Like my doctor suggested that because he didn't like me. But he said it because he's like, hey, you've got very like hard bones. You'd be good at this. Like I'm like, yeah, like your skull can take a lot of hits. Like I'm not worried about the skull because it's hard. I'm worried about the soft face because that's the part I like. Most people don't. And that's okay. I say things like that. I'm gonna be honest. I get a little flirty with the audience. I've always had a thing with women with glasses. Because I got this thing like, you know, it's a like librarian thing. You know, like, hey, you are a librarian. Oh. And the thing is, I've always had this thing where, like, hey, maybe you'll take your glasses off and I'll be attractive. But it's a fantasy, I get it. But I want to say now that this is just an act. I'm very married. I'm extremely married. My wife tells me that. And it's a romantic marriage. There's flowers, there's chocolate. I buy stuff for her too. It's wonderful. Like my wife and I, it's amazing. When we met, she already had 2 kids, so I became a stepfather. And if you've never had that experience, I highly recommend it. I recommend being a step-parent because kids cost half as much and easier to release. So yeah, it's a risk to buy. I own them. That's what the creditors say. But I love being a father, and I love that, and that's why in my family we're trying to be healthy again. And it's rough because look at me. I know you don't want to. My wife feels the same way a lot of times. So we're getting healthy, and my wife said, hey, you've got to go to the doctor. So I did. I went to the doctor, and the doctor, he ran tests. And I've got insurance, so he ran all the tests. I don't know what he was looking for, but I know where he was going to look. Everywhere. He came in, he gave me results, which is the worst thing a doctor can give you. And he gave me a paper, and I read it, and it said that I've got low testosterone, and I've got high estrogen. I'm a woman. I said, hey, don't you push your politics on me, pal. This is my body, this is my choice. We gotta fix this. My wife is not going to be happy. I immediately default to her defending me, which is not helping that testosterone thing. So the doctor, he's like, hey, you can take injections, like that's gonna hurt. I'm probably gonna cry. And he said, we know. That's what we're trying to fix. I said, whoa, buddy, I did not come in here as a proud woman to have you make comments like that, okay? That is a bit much. I don't need that kind of misogyny. Learning all about hormones, all the things that they do to you. I didn't know hormones affected everything in your life like crazy. Affects your mood. I was in a bad mood for years. I didn't even know because I have a bidet. If you're not aware of a bidet, it's a thing you attach it to your toilet and water goes, and it cleans you off and it cheers you up. I didn't know I was in a bad mood. You can't be in a bad mood with a bidet. That's where the name comes from. It's like bad day bidet. I think it's Australian. I'm not sure. But I didn't intend to become a bidet guy. I got a bidet as a gag gift for Christmas. A gag gift. I know, wrong side. We figured it out. But they're there, and it was 2019, and I'm like, I'm never going to use this. And then 2020 happened. I'm like, oh, people are buying toilet paper by the palletful. Oh, I've got a solution. So I installed it. I put it in. It was easy because I'm handy. And I forgot about it. And then the next day I went in. Business happened. You don't need to know that part, but I looked down and I saw a button. And I pressed it. I'm going to be honest, sir. I don't know what a PSI is. Okay? We had enough to lift me 3 feet in the air. I pressed the button. I tasted water. My wife found me 20 minutes later. The Bellagio fountain of misery. We saved on toilet paper. We remodeled the bathroom. but hormones, like, they're almost like, I'm still pro-bidet, even after that, but like, hormones do everything for you. And it's like, you know, the food you eat, that affects your hormones. I didn't know that. I found that out the hard way. Like my doctor, he said, hey, avoid fad diets. I said, I don't know what fad diets are. I'm not real cool. But he explained it to me. He's like, a fad diet is when they repackage something and they resell it to you. And it's just the same thing over and over again. It's just a new name and new money. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because they're talking about, they're like, right now, what's popular? It's keto. Keto is very popular right now. I'm like, okay, but it used to be called Atkins. And then before that, it was called famine. That's a biblically based diet. They're really popular in third world countries. And I know, it's great. That's why they come here. We're leaving carbs on the table. Like, I've crossed the river for lasagna. I have. The St. John's. It is. I better look at the time here. My watch stopped working. Okay, there we go. I would like to say, like my doctor, he did run one test on me. It was the craziest test, and it was the most eye-opening test I've ever had. He weighed me. Yeah, and the thing is, when the doctor weighs you, like you start off like in the waiting room, but then they take you to your own room, and they've got all the stuff you need in that room. It's about as big as like up here, but then they don't have a scale because that's in the hall, in public. And they took me out there, and they said, hey, you get on here, and it was one of those scales. You get up and you step on it, you know, clunk and tap, and you clunk and tap. And I said, let's put most of it over here. And he disagreed. And he's like, no, we've got a process. I'm like, this process is long. It's going to take a while. But he said, oh, like we did it. So I got up there, and we started clunking, we started tapping, and we did a lot of clunking and tapping. And people started coming out of their rooms. Like they're popping out of the rooms like prairie dogs. Like, hey, you know, how far is this going to go? We got nurses making prop bets over here. Like, hey, like, how bad is this going to be? Like, we got a crowd gathered around, and finally, we get to the number. This is the come to Jesus moment right here. Doctor, we make eye contact like this. We're looking at each other. He eventually drops his gaze because he sees the number. And this is what the number was, okay, everybody? 370. I know. I was in more than a circle. I was mathematically out of shape. Yep. Yeah. Duval, that's a math question. Okay. but I've lost over 100 pounds. So again, I'm not. Thank you. It was a lot of hard work, which is why the doctors did it. And that's not applause for me. That's applause for medical people. Doctors use something like. It's not the only way to lose weight surgery. I just want to say that, and I just want to let people know there's other ways out there. I've got a cousin who also lost 100 pounds. He did it in a completely different way. He focused on himself. He got massages. He did the Chinese thing with the needles, heroin. That peels the weight right off. You also lose teeth in the family. So I mean, he came out of it. Who knows? Everybody, my name's Bobby Parker. Thank you. That's my time.